Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood Armenian back with another review. Today I want to check out the final version of the outgoing model, the 2019 Subaru Legacy 3.6R Limited. Let's find out how it's been holding up. So with the recent press release of the all-new 2020 Subaru Legacy XT model, Subaru has basically completely refreshed their Legacy lineup. I'm not going to get too detailed with this video, but I just wanted to cover some of the main differences between the outgoing Legacy, which is what we're in right now, and the new generation going to be arriving at dealers later this year. First things first, that motor. So right now, you have in the 2019 lineup, you basically have two options. You have a 4-cylinder motor that you can get that is naturally aspirated, and if you need more power, more torque, there is that flat 6 motor pushing about 256 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. Now this is the last time you will be seeing the flat 6 motor option available in either the Legacy or the Outback model, because previously it was only available as an option in those two models. Starting the 2020 model lineup, you're getting a completely new motor. They are doing a huge improvement. Subaru's been testing out in their new Ascent model. The 2.4 liter Boxer 4 motor that is turbocharged. In the all-new Legacy XT, that's going to be pushing 260 horsepower and an astonishing 277 pound-feet of torque. Now I say astonishing because that is a huge jump from the flat 6 naturally aspirated motor of 247 pound-feet of torque. That's 30 pound-feet of torque minimum, right? So this is just starting right out of the box. And the horsepower bump is not significant. However, that torque burst is going to be huge for day-to-day commuting and city driving and highway driving, being able to pass vehicles. Very, very excited to see that coming now. The only thing that I am a little curious on is whether or not, you know, receiving the XT badge name, are they going to their roots of back like when they had the Forester and when the Forester XT, which was a sportier, you know, more power, a little bit more sportier, nothing crazy, but as well as their Legacy sports lineup way back when it used to come in a manual transmission, turbocharged motor, produced a ton of power, you know, back then, and was super sporty. The suspension was sporty, the brakes were sportier, the power, everything was a lot more sporty. Now I'm not sure if Subaru will end up going that route at some point in the future, but getting to see that this motor is being placed in the Legacy, and we're getting to see that XT name back again in Subaru's lineup, gets me super excited. Although they're getting a new motor and a power bump, the transmission is staying as the CVT transmission. So there's no automatic option, and there is no manual transmission option at this time. Whether or not Subaru will be making that option available in the future is unclear. The other big thing here, so the obvious thing, as you can see from these photos here, that center stack, that infotainment screen is insane. I am so excited to see that thing. The first thing that I thought about when I saw that was, wow, that looks just like a Tesla interior. I may be over-exaggerating, but let's be real. There are some car companies out there that are messing around with having a nice, huge infotainment screen. I know Volvo has been playing around with that. Tesla, obviously. And now Subaru with the Legacy. That is awesome. Subaru is really, really, like, year after year after year.
75 years later.
They're stepping up their infotainment system. They're upgrading everything. I mean, that's a lot more luxurious. You look back 10 years ago, you would have never thought Subaru was going to be in this ballpark of quality and excitement and really like up-to-date infotainment features. So I'm really excited to see that. And as far as the rest of the interior goes, taking a quick look here, that beautiful tan leather all over the dash, it's just everywhere on the door panels, it just looks so beautiful. I mean, that to me is really starting to compete with a lot more luxury car brands. You know, it's looking great. When they start coming here in the States, I'll definitely get my hands on one at my Subaru dealership here and give it a go and see what it's like, see what the quality is like. But for right now, this is an awesome time to be a Subaru enthusiast because they're really stepping up their game. Really excited to see what that 2.4 liter motor is capable of, because I know that they're going to be using that in a bunch more vehicles in their lineup, WRX and STI, so in the 2020 model. I'm very, very excited. I think it's a huge step up from the previous model. The current model that I'm in right now, the 2019 3.6R, honestly, since I made my review on the 2016 3.6R Limited, there is almost no change in the interior, exterior, and the quality of the vehicle itself. Now, that's not to say it's a bad thing. I'll put a link up here if you all want to check out some more detailed information on the 3.6R Limited, because I'm going to be very brief in this review. I just wanted to kind of talk about the all-new 2020 model that's coming, and basically what we're losing here in the 2019 model. So the dash looks exactly the same. The center stack, the gauge cluster, exactly the same. The steering wheel, everything. I mean, it's all great quality, but nothing has changed. You got the faux wood trim around here on the doors, the black leather everywhere, the soft touch leather on the dash over here. Now, the only thing that I can really see that's kind of changed would be the infotainment system here. It just looks like a software upgrade. It doesn't really look like they changed their system. The motor is exactly the same. The power output is exactly the same. Some very, very minor tweaks on the outside. You have that dual exhaust. However, now it's kind of implemented into the bumper. I hate how car companies are doing that, but you can see they're basically fake exhaust vents. Honestly, that's really the only thing that I can notice exterior wise that's different. The only thing that would really make me want to get this Legacy model versus waiting for the new 2020 XT model is really that motor. If you're gonna miss that, you know, that naturally aspirated 6-cylinder motor, that the sound, the power, this really would be the only reason for me to jump into a 19 model than waiting for the 2020. So let me know your thoughts on the all-new 2020 Subaru Legacy XT. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Really appreciate your support. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got a lot of car reviews coming. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next video. Peace.
Whatever you do.